Why, hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back by popular demand to the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, the one where he dies, finally. So, we're going to continue solving mysteries. We just finished solving the Knuckles Shadow Super Monkey Ball competition mystery here in the saloon car. Now I think it is off to the library. Howdy, partners, by the way. To the library. Ready to mosey down to the next car? You got it, partner. Onwards! Oh, this is quite nice. The library car. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Do you want to join us in finding clues? We'd love to have you around. Flattered, but at the pace you two are going, Sonic's murderer will never get found. Hey, we're trying. We solved a very good murder back there, mystery back there. The murder part, you're right, we're still working on that one. Oh, she's confident. She must have something up her sleeve. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you going to leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? With the birthday key? The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. Everyone knows. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she is thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, just here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved? I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right about now. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio the Poet. Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure, Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 dee dee dee. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm, satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Dan and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yup. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup in the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way," at the brochure stand over there. But she came back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. That did not work out. Just reviewing the scores. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We were just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Their alibis seem solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if SBO was actually in the library car reading. A tall ask, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. All right, let's look around. I do enjoy the poster. It's very good. A Chao hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. Huh? This little Chao's hanging in there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety, because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. If this Chao can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right? It does seem to have forgotten its wings. Also, that's fun. Is that like the default, or like one of the default looks for the player character in Forces? I think it is. And we have our conductor. And brochures. Ooh, brochures. There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Dan, look at this. There's a couple of maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure about a cave, too? Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Anything on this I need to review? This might end up being important. What else we got? Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's got to be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's locks added to your inventory. Hey, Robot Train, how's it going? Oh, poor thing. That arm's really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Earth? A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Everywhere of note in their fiction's world, which is, I guess, true of most fictional characters, if you think about it. Chaos Cola. Check out our book club. Book of the month, Gone Gal. Well, book. What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck. This reeks of evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Trash can, this time. Something is always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something there. Dan, are you sad that there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm all right. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah. We just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret. I'm sure of it. Dan, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? I mean, they're all unconventional weirdos, so I feel like I'm fitting right in with the group. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Dan, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. It's hard life on this train. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Lo and behold, more books. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. All right, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or, in this case, a genius in a train library. Huh, that's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order but this one. The Mirage Express Manual. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Mirage Express Manual added to inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio and find out what really happened. Okay. All right, poet. Fancy a poem? Can I get a poem about trains? Locomotive in motion. I think I've lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Okay, that one's pretty good. Thank you. I actually really liked that one. Huh? Can I take your order? I have a poem about this. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbling tummy, for the eggs I receive are scrambled when I asked for my eggs sunny. Oh, wow. We don't serve any eggs on the train, though. My talent is wasted on you lot. Sorry. I'm here to interrogate you, though. So, the two of you don't believe us, huh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Dan and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We are prepared to present evidence if need— Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, and then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Huh. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what the book might be. Dan, could you help me out? All right, Dan, what book do we think Espio may have been reading? My suspicion is the one in our inventory. The Mirage Express Manual. An exhaustive manual of the Mirage Express's many features and capabilities. Doesn't seem to mention how to drive the train. That would have been neat. A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Handheld video games, that's what. Vector. I'll show you. Oops. Shouldn't have boinged there. Whoop. Okay, what's going on? Oh, I see. I've dropped some rings, that's no good. Yep, get those. Get these. All right. Yeah. I falled. You were both grasping, I knew it. We got this, Dan, let's try it again. Okay. This time we'll do better. Maybe. Yep. Get many rings and don't fall. Doing it right on rings. Let's just really make sure we jump over pits. That's the only thing that can insta-kill us at this point. Yep. Okie dokie. Yay! Victory! I'm a genius. There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SBO.
Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like that.
Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself.
Apologies, SBO.
A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Dan, if you don't mind. Huh? Could you ask SBO some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page, ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz SBO about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? I mean, it's tough to pick. They're all so good. I don't know if it's that long. Let's split the difference here. Page 97. Oh, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Dan, we're supposed to know this. Though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. Dan, hit him with another one. Okay, which page do I choose? Well, how about, let's see how far you read page 231. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds, and you'll be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Dan. Let's see if SBO can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page should I pick last? 402, smart guy. Let's see how much you memorized. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yeah, pretty much. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain's often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses.
And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Would have been a normal way to say it. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read?
You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murderer occurred does seem a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading, after all. My alibi's hard to substantiate, despite being the truth. Huh? Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can... SBO, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Dan? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Dan, think we should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw SBO reading, but what? Well, Shadow came through here. Yeah, Shadow came through here. Shadow's log. Please, pray tell what this has to do with anything. We're up, Dan. Let's get our argument together. I will. Just let me beat this level first. It's very engrossing, Tails. Yeah. And increasingly challenging, I must say. Doing pretty good, though. Oh, dear. Rocking it. Oh, boy. No. My rings that's fine. Plenty more where that came from. Yes. Shadow walks through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine.
Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers.
SBO said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentioned that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SBO was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk through the library car when he left the saloon car, so there's absolutely no way Shadow and SBO didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow.
You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up?
Well, you see, I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy.
So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment, were you really in the library car at all?
Huh, but how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the saloon car.
It's a mystery, my dear Dan, one that I would love for Espio to solve.
You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book, I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car?
I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? I mean, vanishing is something Espio could do. What should I do? I'll join Tails since I'm kind of backing him up on this one. But I don't think Espio knows the answer. So I kind of... All right, Tails, I'll back you up on it. Nah, I can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and... Dan, my favorite and beloved employee, please, protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. Gotta make sure our guests are taken care of. Gotta speak up. Tails? We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems.
All right, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another?
I'm guessing the layout of this. Like, if there was somewhere that Espio was seated, say here or something, like maybe he'd be facing the other way, or... I honestly have no idea, but I'm going to point at this evidence and let you connect the dots, Tails. All right, now let's get my thoughts in order with my thinking games. There we go. Careful. So many spikes and hazards. Gimme, whoop. There we go, yes, good. Ah, dang. I clipped the spikes. It's all right, though. I'm fine. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Just hang on to the rings, buddy. There we go.
The library map? Oh, I see.
See the exits? They're right across from one another at a straight path. If Shadow walks down this straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another.
Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him?
My guess is back here, in this little spot. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book.
I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot.
That confirms it then.
You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot because a bookcase is in the way.
There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio, or vice versa.
It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you could have seen him.
I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now.
Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions.
We did it. Hey, another pair of alibis. Validated. Go team. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end.
Well, I'm exhausted. I'm going to crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy.
Likewise. I could use a breather.
Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow.
Oh, seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier.
Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and SBO. Give him heck, and if you need any meat chopped up, say the word.
I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick, tick, tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this.
Come on, Dan, let's see what's next.
Coming. All right, we'll do one more. Any further thoughts? May the breeze drift you toward success. A one-sentence poem for you. Are italics enough to qualify as a poem? I'm not sure. I guess the poet would know. I'll take your word for it.
Bring me any meat to slice up?
No, I'm not sure we will, actually.
Your loss.
You sure you don't want to stay and look at all the great books a little longer? Buddy, we have a mystery to solve. This was your idea. The mystery calls, buddy.
Okay, the investigation continues.
Ooh. The casino car. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need.
Rouge, there you are. We have a lot to say to you. We visited every train car so far, and everyone said they've seen you wandering about. It's high time you told us why.
My, talk about a warm welcome. Quick to the point, aren't you, darling? And I see you brought the microwave master with you. Please don't let that be my legacy. Tails is right, folks have brought you up a lot. Care to explain? Tell him, Rouge. We're gonna need the help.
Blaze?
All right, I've been hunting for a treasure rumored to be stored here on the train. Treasure? They certainly didn't tell me about treasure in the interview. Since I'm part business tycoon, part purveyor of fine collectibles, I knew I had to find it. Tell him what it is, Rouge. All right, well, it's a Fabergé Chao egg.
Wow, that does sound extravagant.
But please don't tell me you accepted Amy's birthday invite only to find that egg. A woman can have multiple goals. I gave Amy her birthday present already, so everything's well taken care of. She roped me in on the hunt immediately. I stayed here while she searched the train cars for clues. I deduced that the Fabergé Chao egg is here in this train car, locked in a safe.
Wait, so the treasure's real? It's actually here?
And what did you manage to find, Rouge? Oh, well, why don't you both take a look? I found the train's blueprints in the library car, with a safe code written right on it. The score of a lifetime.
The train's blueprints? Please, Rouge, let us see that.
Finders keepers, sweetheart.
There's a problem. We need your assistance.
What kind of problem? The elevator behind the security guard leads us right to the room holding the Fabergé Chao egg. But we're not getting anywhere without the guard's access card. We need a plan to get that card to use the elevator, and our chance of success grows with everyone's help. So you want us to help you steal the Fabergé Chao egg?
Blaze, you don't have a problem with this?
I see no issues here. Sounds like a fine business venture. Her lore card must be influencing her decisions here. Either that or breaking the rules must be refreshing for a princess. Dan, do you have an opinion on this? I work here, so I feel like I am professionally obligated to say that stealing is for squares. I think the only square here is you, Microwave Master. Touché. I must admit that wasn't the coolest thing I've heard someone say. No, my cool and mysterious reputation crumbling, oh no. All right, I'm in. I'll help. Well, I suppose if both Blaze and Dan are in... Okay, let's get that Fabergé Chao egg. We're being a really bad influence on the child, guys. That's the ticket. Happy to have you both on the team. Now we must plan. Oh boy, what have we gotten ourselves into? Access to the Fabergé Chao egg room is behind a locked elevator door. The security guard has the access card. Do we attack the guard, bribe the guard, or distract the guard? Again, as somebody who's going to be held liable for everything you guys are doing here, I really feel like we should maybe distract the guard, please. Distract them. Perfect. We're all charming enough for that to work. And that was actually a really nice thing to say. Dan, is everything okay? I've never seen you smile like that. Seems like they don't know how to take a compliment. Well, if I'm going to be in a casino, my poker face needs some work. Okay, who's distracting the security guard? Rouge, I feel like you're going to be best at that part. Or Tails. Blaze, I don't know why, but I feel like you wouldn't be good at this particular part. Thinking on your feet and all that. Of course I'll distract them. Who could resist my feminine charms? I'm not sure how effective your charms will be on a Chao. Plus, your flight might prove useful. I'm not sure you being the distraction makes sense. Oh well, fair enough. Let's think it over again. Fair enough. Tails, do you want to be the distraction? Sure, I could be the distraction. I don't like the way he said that. Veto. I'm with Blaze. His delivery was shaky. No, really, I could do it. Sorry, buddy, I think you're better off elsewhere. In that case, who should we choose? Well, who remains? Blaze, do you want to be a distraction? Do you think you could distract the guard, Blaze? In my life, I've never let a single person down. I won't falter. Isn't y'all's future like a fiery hellscape wasteland that y'all couldn't stop? Not to, like, counter you as a guest here on this train. I just sort of feel like last time I visited, things were looking a little worse for wear in your world. Blaze. Great. Her voice is so stoic, I have chills. Well, I trust her. Moving on. What's the distraction? Let's see, what would Blaze be good at? Pretend the claw machine's stuck, push a bunch of poker chips to the floor, ask the Chao about their partner and kids. Well, given we don't know for sure the Chao has partner and kids, and the claw machine might not cooperate, well, I guess the train arm isn't necessarily operating the claw machine, so, but then again, if we push poker chips on the floor, that might be something that the train arm does automatically try to clean, and the Chao might not be responsible for that. Let's try it out. This one. Claw machine. Who puts a claw machine in a casino? This'll work great as a distraction. Let's continue the plan. I'm enjoying our doodles back here, by the way. With the guard distracted, Rouge, how will you get the access card? Grab them and fly up to the rafters? Don't please do that with an employee. Asking for the card doesn't seem, I mean, direct and refreshingly so, but I don't think it kind of makes all this work that our compatriots are doing sort of redundant. So let's pick their pocket. I'll snatch the access key, no problem. That Chao in uniform won't notice a thing. Excellent. We can count on you, Rouge. Try not to take anything else from them if you can help it. No promises. With the card obtained, we need to get Blaze out of there. Dan, what's your plan? Say there's a drink without a coaster. Push the security guard. Guys, come on. Pretend you're Blaze's spouse. I feel like the coaster thing is the way to go, but I am curious to hear responses to this idea. Then you'd be marrying into the royal family. What is your heritage? Any war crimes I should know about? What? You dress far too plain. You would need a complete refashioning immediately. You know what? Maybe we should try something else. Much as I'd love the refashioning and all. Interesting. You give up far too easily as well. We'd have to work on your fortitude. I said we'll try something else, all right. With the card obtained, we need to get Blaze out of there. Dan, plan? Say there's a drink, no coaster. Foolproof. Absolutely vile. I can think of nothing worse. Despicable. I'd never allow such a thing in my kingdom. The guard will go running immediately, I'm sure of it. Great. And with the guard distracted, we all head to the elevator. And just like that, we all make it in the elevator. Inside, we celebratory dance, pop some apple cider, sing victory a cappella. This feels like what Sonic would do. This feels like... Who would do this one? Amy, maybe? This feels more in line with the whole Ocean's 11 thing we're doing, though. So, pop some cider. Now that's a proper victory. Oh no, one last security measure we didn't account for. What do we do about the mechanical arms attacking from the ceiling? Gracious. Give them high fives. Have Tails disable them. Tie them into a big knot. We could... I think we should, as plan A, try the high fives. The end of those arms are claws. I'm not touching them. Yeah, I guess not. It does look dangerous the way you've depicted it here. My high fives aren't given away willy-nilly. They are to be cherished. Blaze, I like you. We don't spend enough time with you in Sonic games. And also, whoever wrote this, whatever team, it sounded like folks in comments were saying that like just sort of members of like the community team or like the social like team put this together and then just sort of pitched it to Sega and they just sort of released it as an official thing. This is cute. Like they're kind of just sort of like doing not taking itself too seriously and just kind of having a playful fun with all the character personalities. But that's more fun than Sonic taking itself seriously, frankly. I'm enjoying this and the characters as presented in this more than in literally any other Sonic video game. Maybe I feel like this crew should be allowed the reins of some things from time to time. This is a good time. And I want to hang out with this version of Blaze more often. I don't think my hands would survive a high five from them. Let's rethink this. Well, they all humored my suggestion, which is oddly polite of them. What do we do about the mechanical arms attacking from the ceiling? Tails, that's going to be you. I should be able to disengage them. I'll just need some time. Well, that leads us nicely to our next question. Oh no, Tails is taking a while and the arms are tightening their grip. Imagine you're not in pain. Listen, we all do that every day, but I don't think that's going to help with this situation. Cry and hope they sympathize. Maybe. Pretend there's nothing wrong. I feel like this is not going to help. If we're trying to play on the mechanical arms' emotional sympathies, I don't know if that's a play that's going to work. But then again, the train arms haven't believed my lies before. We'll try pretending there's nothing wrong, though. Maybe we can fool them. Well, Tails managed to do it. Darlings, I'm happy to say this plan's perfect. Is it? If everyone's ready, it's time to execute. I'm ready. Let's begin. All right, let's see what's up that elevator. You know what? Let's go ahead and see about how this plan all goes next time, or next week, rather. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next Wednesday for some more of this. Take care. Goodbye.